Hey guys, what's going on? This is Cheynee180 and
Lago Figs.
Chamba.
796 Figs.
Machu Figs.
Jshot Figs?
I skipped it.
We're a family.
yeah,
Family.
yeah, family. And you're watching an all-new episode of Chatmigos.
Wow, how many?
I think harmonized there.
Dance puppets.
All right. Jshot, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing okay. I'm sure, like a couple of people on this chat, I'm exhausted from Toy Fair, but yeah, I'm doing okay. Machu, how are you feeling?
I am tired. My feet hurt so much. But other than that, how are you doing, Mario?
You know what? I'm good. But Machu, because you were so irresponsible with the Dragon Balls, right? I'm going to make sure that irresponsibility never happens again. I have a Dragon Ball here.
Uh-oh. No way he's going to do it.
What is that?
How are we going to bring you back next time?
Dragon Ball. My hands are sticky now.
Yeah. That's your own fault.
We can't wish you
Chamba,
back.
how are you?
I'm doing all right. It's hot again. I hate it. Lago, how are you doing?
Doing good. Really good.
Okay.
All right.
How about you, Cheynee?
Oh, I'm great. I'm great. We got a great show today. Got a lot to talk about. We got some great guests, so let's go ahead and bring them in here. And we've got Arlen, Ira, and Adam from the Nameless Toy Company. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Whoa.
He's a robot. Didn't know.
Is that in the space station?
Yeah.
I'm freaking out, man.
What kind of a gummy did you just eat, Mario?
Yeah,
I know, right?
It was a Dragon Ball, man. Dragon Ball.
Whoa.
How are we feeling it?
Yeah. Whoa.
That's how good it is.
Yeah.
That's why it's a Dragon
What's up,
Ball.
guys?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, not much. Just running a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
We're tired.
Oh, I bet. I bet.
No, good to be here. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks.
How about you guys go ahead and introduce yourself here? We'll start with you, Arlen.
My name's Arlen. Hello.
All right.
I'm Ira.
And I'm Adam. I will add to their great introductions. Arlen is our sculptor. Ira is the lore master. And I do sort of I set up the Kickstarter and do some of the back end stuff and, keep it moving along. Yeah.
Wicked.
Okay.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Adam's clearly the ringmaster. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Responsible.
Yes. Let me go ahead and address this very generous super chat from Cat McKay Random here. He says, Storm, final fight. My prayers have been answered. Yes. Yes, Cat McKay Random. You've been wanting final fight figures for a while, so that is awesome. And thank you for the very generous super chat, sir.
Yes. Glad you got him.
Yes. Let's go ahead and check in with our Chatmigos real quick here. And then you guys got a Kickstarter to talk about. So we're gonna give you the floor here in a second and let you go ahead and break it all down. But let's go ahead and check in here. We've got Mark Rose is in the house, just Steph 45, Big Red's here, Kami K Random, Sonic Rockman X is in the house, Toy Rensu's here, Ender's Shadow. What's going on, Carl? We got Stormfire Blizzard is in the house, E. McNeil is here, Grumps, what is up, Grumps? Blunt Forced Honesty, Hushmigo in it up. So if you're Hushmigo, drop those dots in there. Jimmy Seals, the man that makes the deals, is also here. We've got Toy Rensu, Juan Mega Man Puerto Rico is joining us. Vader Sugg is here. Erwin Papa's in the house. What's up, Erwin Papa? KJ Smith's here. PD Dubs, what is up, PD Dubs? Rick Jones, how are you, Rick Jones? The man Beast Boy on every stream is in the house. What is up, man Beast Boy? The Figure Report is in the house. What's going on, Mikey? Let's see. South Amateur Hour is here. Raiden is in the house. Notch is here as well. And that is it for now. So if you're so generous, Chatmigos, hit that thumbs up. Share with your friends. You know we're going to be talking from the Nameless Toy Company. So, Adam, would you like me to give you the floor, sir?
Sure. I guess so.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, we are the Nameless Toy Company. The Kickstarter that we're running right now is for the Space Zombies from Mars. It is a line of 6-inch action figures with full modern articulation that you'd expect from something like G.I. Joe Classified or an Action Force or a Monster Force. But it's astronauts and zombies primarily. We got a comic book to go with it. We've also got a soundtrack to go with it, which I think is super, super cool and a little bit of a twist to most other stuff that you see. And we're just in the early days of the Kickstarter. And it's running from March 1st through the 31st. And, I think we're well on our way. We've got 5 figures that you can back now with an additional 6 figures that are unlocks, as well as a head pack and some extra pack-ins for the existing stuff. I think that's kind of the basic pitch.
Awesome. I'm bringing up the Kickstarter right now. Or should I go to the... Oh, here we go. Okay, yeah, I've got it. Before we move any further, does anyone have any questions?
For me in the hot seat here?
Yeah.
Are we gonna do a hot seat Kickstarter question after they run through everything?
If you want.
Should we hold up
fire away? Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Let me go ahead and bring up the Kickstarter page here, and you can go ahead and run us through everything that you got going on there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Here we go. And then shall we play the video?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's do it.
Humanity has established a thriving colony on Mars. With a cold breath of death. Before living on the deathless surface of Mars. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Is your life a bomb over? Wake up. Wake up.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice. That was awesome.
Yeah, I never get tired of watching that.
Our friend Ryan made that for us.
That's so cool.
Heck yeah. All right. So what are we looking at here? What's better yet, what's the story before we get into this world here?
Ira, do you want to talk about the lore?
Yeah, so basically, Space Zombies from Mars is a mission. 4 factions of astronauts heading to Mars for a colonizing mission. Story starts in the 1990s, and they have already sent in the 60s. They sent a mission to Mars, and as far as anybody knows, they never made it. And so our story starts with this second mission, and our main guy Garrison here, taking the crew to Mars, and they don't find what they thought they would find there. It's not just red rocks. It's there's some green stuff there too.
Oh no. Not the green
no.
stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
The green stuff.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tragedy.
We've got Grumps member for 35 months.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you, Grumps. You are
Thanks,
the man.
Grumps.
Nice.
Says, I already backed the Kickstarter for 3 figures. Look at that,
Thanks.
Grumps.
Dope. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's
He
awesome.
is on top of it. All right. So we got Guy Garrison here. Comes with a slew of accessories. That is very awesome. And then the ones that are shadowed out are these what's the word I'm looking for?
Unlocks.
Unlocked.
Stretchable?
There we go.
Unlocked.
Yeah. That. Sorry. Completely had a brain fart there.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have two stretch goals that represent, unlocks of sort of additional pack-in stuff. I think the third stretch goal is additional hands, so you get those extra 3 sets of hands. And
Okay.
then a later stretch goal gives you what we're calling zombie parts pack-in.
That's
So
cool.
the rest of those are sort of within the sort of parameters of zombie parts pack-in. So you might be able to guess roughly what they're going to be.
There's a couple they're not gonna guess though. That one looks like a Krampus beard.
So it's not a Krampus beard.
It's not a Krampus beard.
Or is it?
I was gonna say Julia Stryker there getting the old Krampus beard, and
Yeah.
but all right, okay.
Yeah. We got it. All right, so we got Julia Stryker here. What are these robotic arms on the right here?
Yeah, those plug into the backpack.
Oh,
That's
that's
cool.
cool.
And they're articulated so they can move all over the place and clamp.
Nice. And then we have the Red Walker here. So what happened to this guy?
What do you mean? He looks fine to me.
He's a healthy
This came
human
from his
being.
physical, Cheynee. He's really
Oh.
good. Yeah. Doctor said it's cholesterol. What's your problem? Yeah.
I was just talking about his pants. His pants are ripped on one
It's
part.
an
That's all.
unfortunate laundry accident. No, there's as we said, they go on this mission to Mars to colonize the planet. But they're sort of met with some unforeseen circumstances, and then that's how you end up looking like this unfortunate gentleman here.
This unfortunate skin condition.
Yeah.
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 Looks like a Hulk experiment gone wrong.
Yeah.
Science one. Yep, and then we have another Red Walker. But the other pant leg is gone.
Right.
Yes. Very nice.
He did it in solidarity with the other one. His
Yeah.
was fine, but he cut his pant leg off in
He's
solidarity.
like, you know what, man? I got you.
Yeah.
You're my boy.
LL Cool J sort of vibe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say if they get together, they get a pair of pants and a pair of
Mhm.
shoes. Really well.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. And stitch that green pant leg on there. I got you, man.
Yeah. What's
I like that
Articulation
one.
that you mentioned in the beginning? Oh, sorry, kind. Yeah.
I like the glow in the dark one. I think it's gonna
Yeah.
look good. You know, it's gonna pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the
Especially
glow in the
in the
dark, if everything works the way we hope it does, the glow in the dark will be like a semi-translucent as well.
Yep.
So we'll try to do like the glow in the dark plastic, and then have that painted with. You'll still
Right.
get the zombie gore and
That's cool.
sort of torn flesh and all that kind of stuff. So it will be glow in the dark for sure, but we've sort of not quite confirmed. Although I'm pretty certain we can do that too. So
Cool.
Awesome.
I like the smashed helmet there as an accessory too. Yeah.
Mhm. That's neat.
And you can actually turn that around, so as you rotate it, it looks different. There's different edges.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's good.
that's
Nice.
fun.
Bit of
Yeah.
variety. Yeah.
yeah, you get a couple of those. You don't want them to look exactly the
Yeah,
same. So
yeah,
they
for
don't.
sure.
It's just sort of a circle at the bottom. You can rotate.
That's
it to
smart
sort
though.
of
Just
fit
just
here.
by
It's really
spinning
smart.
it's a completely different look.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Heck yeah. And then you have the original soundtrack here.
That's
Mhm.
dope. What a great idea.
Now that's cool. I like
You
that.
heard some clips from that on the video there at the beginning.
Okay. That's awesome.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, Arlen and I spent about 2 years recording that album.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So what was the process like? I want to know more about that.
Well, every 2 weeks we got together in my basement, and which is a studio, or was a studio up until 2 days ago, because we're renovating. Yeah, so Arlen would come over, and we would just sit in the basement and record for hours, and we would come up with ideas for riffs and whatever, and that a big part of how this all came about is actually because we decided we wanted to make a record, and Arlen and I basically told this story a few times already, but we were getting together for our first jam because we wanted to start a band again after not being in bands for about 25 years probably, or 20 years together. And then Arlen got this puppy, and he fell asleep on my chest, and because we're both dads, we can't wake up the puppy, so instead of making music and waking up the puppy, Arlen was showing me these sketches that he'd done of the sort of basic first ideas of these space zombies, and we said, well, why don't we just make a record that tells the story of these space zombies? And that kind of spun off into all this other stuff that we've been doing now.
Wow, that's awesome. That's
Yeah, I love
very
that.
awesome.
Good idea.
Yeah.
I got it started
That's
with music.
cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
evolved,
Dude,
right?
that
I like
artwork
that.
looks great too.
Yeah.
Arlen
Got a
did
real
that.
retro.
Oh, wow.
vibe to
Nice.
it.
That's
I
it.
dig it. Yeah.
It's very nice.
Yeah, thanks,
Very
guys.
Yeah, that's very awesome.
And we're thinking
Arlen-
of maybe doing a poll after the Kickstarter of what color we should do this record.
That's what I was going to ask. I was going to are you going to do
Oh,
different variants of the vinyl?
There'll probably be different variants going forward afterwards, but
Cool.
yeah,
Heck
that's
yeah.
my guess anyway.
That's awesome. It's not every day you see a action figure line accompanied by an album. That's awesome. This is very different. I like this.
Arlen,
Sitting up there, that's why.
based off of that brief description under the record, is there a reason why we're not calling you Prometheus tonight?
Because Adam's not in the band.
Oh, okay, got you. The band's name is Prometheus. I thought it was just your musical moniker. I was like, okay,
No.
yeah.
No, we're brothers. We're brothers. So
Oh,
Nice.
yeah,
you're happy.
It's
Yeah,
kind
they're
of
saying it. Okay.
dad joke.
So how did you guys find Adam then?
That's a good
He was
question.
the puppy. He was the puppy that fell asleep on his chair. Yeah.
Adam.
Well, he is cute, but he's not. He's not.
He's not puppy cute.
Yeah, I'm not letting him sleep on my chest.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't get to sleep, so that excludes me from being that thing.
We met Adam at Joe Fest.
Oh,
Kind of-
okay.
Kind of headhunted him, sort of.
Yeah,
Nice.
we all
So-
ended up on the same plane. Oh, you go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, so I've been working with Jason for Spiro Toys for a while, and Arlen did a bunch of the sculpting for Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. So we had, connected, just messaged a little bit and chatted a little bit, and I met these guys at Joe Fest and talked to Ira at their table where they had a couple samples, and he mentioned, oh yeah, and we have a soundtrack, and I was like, hold on, like what are you talking about? Like, you have a soundtrack to go with your toy line? I was like, that's awesome.
Right.
But unbeknownst to me, Arlen had sort of talked to Jason and said, would it be okay if I asked, Adam to be involved? Would there be any conflict of interest? And Jason said, no, please take him off my hands, I guess. And then so over the course of like a couple really weird meals for me, where they were asking me very pointed questions about like, how would you set up a Kickstarter, and like, what would you do? And I was like, man, this seems oddly specific. They're like, okay, so do you want to like partner with us on this and like do all the stuff that we don't want to do? I was like, sure, let's do it.
That's
Brilliant.
awesome.
So I'm just riding on their creative coattails to get to hang out and talk toys with people.
That's
Okay.
amazing.
That works.
I
out,
also met an Adam at a show, and he came home with me pretty much.
Did he sleep on your chest too?
Yeah, sleeps on your chest every night.
Yep. Look at that. You guys went out to a toy show and found an Adam, and I did too.
And Adam
seems
of
to-
our very own.
There seems to be a lot of commonalities between Adams that work for toy companies too, because I'm also the nervous white of our gang, and so it's weird. It's oddly similar. I was watching him, talk about his toy line, and I was like, this is gonna be my life a month from now.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome.
Nervous White might be my new nickname.
Yeah. That's the name of the band, dude. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
join the club. It's great.
So not only is there a record and figures, there's a comic book as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the art that you're seeing for any of the comic book stuff, Arlen did all that stuff.
That's awesome.
And he's going to be probably doing some of the story is told in a few different sort of ways. Arlen's going to be doing a lot of pages like this, but then there's going to be more sequential sort of story stuff.
Okay.
I wrote the comic book based on the album that Arlen and I wrote together. So like we wrote the album, we came up basically with the entire story, and then we sat over a few beers and talked about how we were going to turn that album story into, basically the idea was to fill the gaps where the album doesn't tell the story. So the album is only it's instrumental, so it's not there's a lot of speaking bits and stuff, but there's no characters per se. So all the characters really shine in the book. That's kind of what we were sort of going for. And it tells the story of Spike and Julia and Georgia and all these like the main characters and how they go through this ordeal of zombies and the fun they have with it.
Wow.
Fun.
Yeah. I can't stress this enough. It's a tragedy. The story is a tragedy.
But it's got a rockin' soundtrack to it, though. At least.
Yeah, exactly. But man, it's a fun ride.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's perfect.
So, Arlen, is there anything you can't do? I mean, you can make music, you can sculpt and draw, and man, you are
the stuff that Adam and Ira do is the stuff I can't do. Hence why they're working with me.
That makes sense.
Just kidding. He's great at riding bikes.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and check out these stretch goals here. So we've got Spike Spectre here. What's up with this?
Spike is our main villain.
Okay.
As you can see by his eyebrows.
Yeah,
He looks like a
evil
bad guy,
eyebrows.
yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
that little mask thing. Is that a mask or is that like a head swap of some sort on the bottom right?
It looks like
Oh,
a
he's-
face hugger.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
a face like a kind of
Adam's
gimmick.
showing you a painted
showing
example
it,
right now.
Yeah.
Oh, here, let me
That's
bring that up.
that's the crown. That is kind of the source of all our woes.
That's
Oh.
brilliant. That looks
Oh, that's
sick.
sick.
That looks sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
It does hide the
Ooh, that
guy's
looks
eyebrows
clean.
though.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
It's true.
It
Or-
does.
It may
You're
not
right.
look
They are
as
kind of
evil.
sculpted into the. I mean, they're not.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
can't- You
They
can't
are there.
necessarily see it right on, but yeah,
They
they're
look,
Yeah.
that looks
sculpted in.
fantastic.
I just
Chamba,
forgot
maybe
to paint
once-
them on.
Once he puts it on, do the eyebrows maybe like come through after?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
More
You're actually you're supposed to just draw them on with a Sharpie after.
Yeah, yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
Like how
I love
people draw the eyebrows on their Goldens. You know, like
Yeah.
to make it look. Yeah. You just draw it on yourself. Yeah. Interesting.
That was
Yeah,
sick.
so Spike ends up looking a little bit different at the end of the story, and if
Mm.
you look really hard at that second head, you might be able to see what he looks like. But
Okay.
You mean the completely blacked out face?
That's
Yeah,
the one,
exactly.
yeah.
You're gonna have
Yeah,
to
if we
look
look really-
really
look
hard.
really hard
Right,
with
that's-
your wallet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Does he go
You missed that
bald?
with your wallet part. Yeah.
He loses his hair, right?
It's
Yeah.
Professor
Loses his
Xavier.
hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the eyebrows.
Yeah.
It's like a Scooby Doo. He pulls off the Spike Spectre mask. It's
Yeah.
Professor
So-
Xavier.
I knew it was you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was me the whole time.
I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for you, kid.
That's why he's got the eyebrows. It makes sense now.
Beast, come get me now. Jump on uppies.
Space Duck want uppies.
All right, let's continue here. So this one unlocks at 126 or 180 Canadian, correct?
Yeah, so the Kickstarter is in Canadian dollars. All three of us are in Canada, and Kickstarter has a just sort of a default where wherever the address is of the bank that you sort of submit, that's the currency you have to use.
Okay.
Which is kind of a pain in the butt, but I think it's just sort of like a sort of legal thing with Kickstarter.
sure.
So we put the approximate US dollar value, since
That's good.
most toy collectors kind of look at things in US dollars
Mhm.
all day, every day. So that's going to fluctuate if the currency changes, but that's roughly what it's going to be at.
Okay. So the second one is Red Walker, and that unlocks at 133.
Mhm.
Okay. Do we have
These
any
are the-
info on this? Okay.
Sorry. These guys are the Spike and the Red Walker retro versions are kind of the first mission to Mars. Oh, is that giving away too much of the story?
No.
I don't
Yeah.
think so. I think it's just enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
So
enough.
Spoilers.
so Spike's the leader of the original Red Dust mission,
makes sense.
and the Red Walkers are the retro Red Walkers are his crew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You can kind of tell based on their actual suits. It's obviously
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Okay.
the Spike Spectre and the retro
Mhm.
Red Walker in the red suits have a slightly different suit.
It's like a retro vibe to it. Yeah.
Yeah, the secondary sort of over the chest is a
Mhm.
little more, 1950s, 1960s pulp science
I
fiction
like that.
kind of look.
I think that's great.
They get the fishbowl rather than the more sort of modern
yeah.
astronaut helmet.
I think it's great.
They also if you scroll back up a little bit there, Spike Spectre has more of like a jet pack.
Mhm.
Nope, not that far. Just the figure that was above where you were.
The red one. Yep.
Right there.
Boom.
So that backpack is more of like a jet pack look,
Mhm.
kind of it, rather than sort of a more accurate spacesuit type one that you get with the astronauts from Red Dust 2. So yeah, this is sort of the 60s, 50s influenced
love
one,
The retro,
which
laser
makes
gun.
sense because
The gun. Look at the
sort
gun.
of
It's
like-
awesome.
Gun,
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
I love
Just
it.
looking at that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's some spoilers in here for sure. Like if you kind of extrapolate some of the details, you're like, oh wait a minute, this guy looks older than the other ones.
Mhm.
Not at
Dig
all. I'm completely in the dark still.
You and all those extra heads, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yep. All right. And then, so we've got another unlock for extra hand packings.
Yep. So that's the
Okay.
first sort of packing unlock. So
There
that
we
is
go.
going to be, extra stuff added to the figure, which doesn't change, how much the figure costs. It just increases the value
That's sick.
to the backer.
That's what you love to see right there.
Mhm.
Extra hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes more sense, right? Like it's just we want to offer more, and we're kind of doing everything we can with the money that we have, which is none right now, which is why we're doing a Kickstarter. But we want all these stretch goals to unlock, so they're all pretty close together. They're all sort of $5,000-$6,000 apart, with the intention that hopefully they kind of fall like dominoes, where as one thing unlocks, people back that, people add it to their pledge, and then the next thing just sort of unlocks very, very quickly. We've had people ask, like, why is the main villain behind an unlock, and it's like, I mean, it's not that far from the funding goal, so it's sort of like you're not going to get any figures if we don't fund.
Right. That's true.
But there's quite a bit of additional tooling, for that figure. So it just it didn't work unless we raised the original funding goal by a considerable amount. That people would have also been upset. So there's kind of no perfect way to do these, but by setting him up as the first unlock goal, it kind of made the most sense.
Yeah, no, your goals don't seem crazy by any means, and then your price points are pretty solid too. I mean, we've got the Red Walker right here for about 25 US.
Yeah,
that's not bad, dude.
Yeah,
that's not bad at all.
That's perfect for like army building, It's like the sweet spot for army building.
And you can like plug these into like other collections and whatnot
easily.
And then with extra accessories here for the glow in the dark one, it's about $31, which is not bad. You get the soundtrack for $35. That's not bad either. Then we're about $40 for Guy Garrison with all these wonderful accessories. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're not breaking the bank by any means here. This is, you guys are asking very reasonable price points for these. This is
good. I mean, it was really important to us, given the market that we're kind of trying to aim for, which is classified or Monster Force or something like that. Our price points couldn't be more than theirs, or much more than theirs. Otherwise, people will kind of go, well, why? Why would I buy these? What's the point? So it was it's not an accident. But we do think that the value is definitely there, and other people have mentioned that too, and so that's kind of nice to be. It's nice when people are agreeing with us, because you always worry, right? Before you, I do, because I'm nervous. You always worry. You always worry that people are going to go, it's too expensive, or like, they should have done this or whatever. But by and large, people have been really keen on this, and so it's been nice. But the whole goal is just to get eyes on the project, and we said we were going to launch March 1st, and we did, and and then there's Toy Fair, and there's ZoloCon, and there's a dragon coming up. Like, there's a whole lot of noise. There's never a good time to launch a Kickstarter.
No,
so
not
we kind of
really.
committed to the date. Here we are.
Never.
And then it's just doing stuff like this, which is awesome. And getting more eyes on the project, like I said, and getting more people to kind of just go and check it out and consider being part of this fun project.
Yeah, no, the value is definitely there. Like, the value for the price point is definitely there, I would say. All right. Now we have another unlock at approximately 144 USD. And this is Dr. Michael Locke or Locke?
Locke.
Okay. Dr. Michael Locke. And he comes with all the bells and whistles.
Yeah, I like this. I think this was my favorite of the astronauts. I think that clean, crisp, white astronaut.
It's classic.
It's like the super classic astronaut suit. So yeah, I can't wait till this one gets unlocked, personally.
Heck yeah.
There's a buzzsaw too.
I just want to note on that buzzsaw is that if you take the buzzsaw off, you can plug it into the arms of
That's cool.
with the claws. It's all
Nice.
modular that way.
That's
wow.
cool.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant plug it into his arm so he could do like
Into his
No,
arm.
that
See, but
would-
that's even
he-
cooler.
He
That would
could,
be
yeah, he
cool.
could have a
That's a future line.
Oh,
Yeah, buzzsaw hands. I don't know. If you're a zombie, I'm tying a buzzsaw to my arm. Why not?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen Army of Darkness. I mean,
Groovy. Yeah.
exactly.
And then we have a red walker here, which looks suspiciously familiar, but
Uh-oh. Don't spoil it, Cheynee.
oh,
Yeah.
Arlen, are you wearing the Prometheus t-shirt?
I don't think so.
Damn.
No.
That's the Prometheus head.
Oh, cool.
and that head has an articulated jaw as well.
oh, nice. And this one is, it's only 4,000 more than Dr. Michael Locks. So the way that you have the tiers all set up there for the unlocks is very cool because it's like, you're able to unlock a lot of different things.
Yeah.
It's a small step above it, It's not even
Mhm.
like a crazy jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we mapped it all out, because everything we're gonna have to pay for is gonna be in US dollars. So like our funding goal is in Canadian dollars, but it's kind of converted from what we need in US dollars. And then we actually had all the funding goals, or like the stretch goals, mapped out at $5,000 increments. But that made for really weird Canadian dollar numbers, and it looked terrible. So we kind of settled on Canadian dollar numbers that make more sense, but it kind of threw it off. It looked so much cleaner in US dollars, but Kickstarter said no, that's not going to work.
It's all good. It's all good. We still got a very, very good presentation going here. So, all right. And then we have another unlock here for these shadow parts.
So this is our zombie parts pack in. So if you go back to any one of the astronauts or any of the zombies, where those shadowed parts are, those are the parts that will be unlocked and sort of packed in with each figure. So they're kind of unique to each figure. You don't get this. This isn't like a thing. It's just representing, the different parts that you can get. Yeah, exactly.
So it's all modular at the swivel points.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's
That
really
is
cool.
awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah, so the parts can be swapped. So the nice thing about that, the beauty of that is that say you buy, multiple zombies and sort of the corresponding astronaut, that goes with it, right?
Right.
You can effectively have multiple unique zombies.
That's awesome.
So even in your zombie horde, you don't have to have all the same head and all the same limbs and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So as army builds, they're not even just like a replicate, of the same thing.
No,
That's
yeah,
great.
it's not a cookie cutter army builder. You can absolutely sort of customize them, and not even customize them, just sort of pop and swap a few parts.
That's awesome.
There's 4 limbs, and the zombie version of all 4 limbs is available. If you get the zombie plus the astronaut. That's
nice.
That's great.
never mind
That's cool.
that I said that. It may or may not be one of the shadowed things. But
Whoops.
But theoretically,
it can only entice people to get born. Don't worry.
Exactly.
Theoretically, if that arm in Georgia McBride's shadowed parts was the zombie arm that corresponded with the orange zombie that doesn't have that part, you'd have the ability to sort of pop and swap all the different arms and legs.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice. All right, so we've got Georgia McBride here unlocked at 158. Comes with a guitar. Very cool.
This is my favorite character.
Yeah,
Tell
this
us-
one's nice.
Tell us more. Tell us more.
Yes.
Why is it your favorite?
Georgia McBride is she's a really smart engineer, but she's also she's a party girl and she likes to, play the ukulele, and she's a big country fan. And she is a big fan of Clint Maynard, who is a fictional country singer in the Nameless universe, and appears on the record. Actually, he has a song on the record, and
That's awesome.
yeah,
It is awesome.
And I'm really stoked. I forgot about this head that Arlen, the blacked out head that you can see has a jaw. That
No, it
is
doesn't.
removable.
Ignore what he just said.
Yeah.
Right, it's a boomerang. It has a boomerang there.
Yeah.
And
Good choice.
and anyway, I forgot how awesome that head was. But we actually have some really cool plans for this character. So pretty excited.
Awesome.
Well, now I'm
So is
expecting a boomerang.
Yeah.
Ukulele.
I thought it was a harmonica. Look at that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
me
what I thought.
too.
One of those ones that hangs around the neck.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can play
That's
and
right. It's a
Exactly.
harmonica rack thing.
yeah.
That's what I
This
thought it
is
was. I was like, that's
Bob
pretty-
Dylan thing. Yeah.
Goes with the
She can play
banjo.
harmonica and goes with the ukulele.
Yeah.
The ukulele.
Dude,
Yep.
this one might be my favorite because it reminds me of that old school Acid Rain figure, the astronaut. I don't know if you
yeah.
guys can remember that. But dude, that thing was awesome, and this looks just like that. I think it's the color scheme.
The orange.
The orange,
Yeah.
orange gray.
Yeah, I like the orange. Yeah.
Nice. All right. And the next one here is a Red Walker.
Mm-hmm. This is my favorite Red Walker. I think that orange suit with the sort of green zombie flesh tone is
Mhm.
Matches
is
well.
like that's my like that to me is like the best sort of color sort of combo. I mean, I'm gonna have multiples of all of them, but I might have more of these than the other ones.
I don't know.
Better
Looking
back
at
to
these now.
Kickstarter than Adam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Looking at these now, I'm like, I don't know if I want to go to Mars anymore.
But you could bring Mars to your own home with these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But your mom's like, we got Mars at home.
All right. And then these are the heads that are shadowed out with the figures, or this is
No.
a different head pack? Okay.
All new heads.
No, so this is our last unlock goal. This is sort of the final thing to unlock, and these are actually 5 unique heads. They do not appear with any of the other figures. They will
Interesting.
be sort of like extra heads.
Okay.
So yeah, these will just sort of add more options for, you know, if you do want extra figures and stuff like that, you won't have to double up on heads.
Okay. Sweet. Now the next question is, do you have anything on hand that you can show us?
Oh. What do I have? I got lots of stuff. But it's all in pieces. Like all the paint masters are just sort of like in pieces. Let me see.
Oh,
Still something.
Actually, I can put it together. I mean, it's not a
We can kill time when you put it together. Yeah.
yeah, give me like a minute,
Yeah.
maybe.
Okay.
I
No
just gotta
worries.
find all the pieces that I need here.
All
What's
right.
we haven't talked about articulation yet. What's articulation like on these bad boys?
Well, if you show my screen, I can show you
Love it.
rough.
Yeah. Give me one
Yeah.
second.
Perfect.
That's probably better than what I can show. So.
So this is like it's actually an older version. I've adjusted a few things to make it a bit better. It's got butterflies,
Oh.
arms. It's pretty standard what you'd find. He can bend,
Very good.
you know,
That's pretty good.
hula,
That's awesome being in those
Okay.
spacesuits.
the
Yeah,
drop.
and a spacesuit as well. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's impressive.
It's got cuts here as well.
Boot
Eye
cuts. very
cuts. This feels like it's pretty standard it's got the neck and then the head, obviously.
Okay. So
Oh,
it's
you've got a double
the,
neck.
yeah.
good. Very
Yeah.
good.
You guys could have
Nice.
charged $49.99 for that.
You could. Wait, is there a toe hinge though?
Well, we've got yeah, these are the minimum series. We got another series coming out later.
Yeah. It's got a jaw hinge. It's even better.
Yep. Yep.
There's web effects that come with the next one.
Lovely.
Oh my gosh. Even
Need
For the
better now.
spider zombies from Mars.
Yeah.
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 Our Ziggy Stardust wave.
Maximum astronaut.
So there's an astronaut. He's a bobblehead because he doesn't There you go.
Oh,
That's the paint
that's
master
very
for Guy
clean.
Garrison.
Yeah.
All those plugs we will have those sort of holes in the backpack. We will have plugs for. These little sort of circles are plugs as well. So there's ports to plug in like the hoses and stuff like that. But you'll be able to cover them up so you don't have like exposed holes. That has a couple of the plugs in that side.
It's like the Centurions.
There's also a plug where you can put his bigger rifle on the backpack as well.
Sick.
That's cool.
And you did all the sculpting for this, Arlen?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Killed
That's
it, man.
awesome, man.
It looks great.
Good job.
Yeah, what a great job.
That's the helmet. And then that's the broken shield.
I like that.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I do too. That's right.
And the visor will, rotate, like it'll open.
Nice.
I mean, it's pretty open on that one. You might not
Right.
need to open it, but
Yeah,
that one will open.
That's awesome.
And it the way that it works is that it's actually two pieces.
Oh, what?
So you'll pop the head off, and then you put the base on, put the head back on, and then it sort of clips into place on top.
That's cool.
Oh,
That's super smart,
Nice.
actually. Yeah.
And then that way, the helmet can be the right size instead of like super oversized to like fit over top.
smart.
Mhm.
It kind of comes down a little bit over the head. So very, very cool.
Nice.
That is well planned.
Right. Okay. Well, shall we open it up for questions here? You guys want to answer some questions?
I gotta say really quick though, the included plugs to seal up all those portholes is really thoughtful, and I appreciate that because there are some lines like Kotobukiya, even though they're kits, they don't offer those plugs or like 30-minute missions, and you're left with like this figure that has
holes.
these nasty looking holes, and it really takes you out of the the fantasy. It's like this thing's a toy. So that's really cool that you guys did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it breaks up the sculpt, and then you're kind of just like, what am I getting? Like it.
Yeah.
It's also
It's ugly. Yeah.
It's ugly. Yeah, I didn't want to say that about somebody else's toy line, but the cool thing about it is that you can kind of set your astronauts and your zombies up the way you want. So if you want to rock the hoses, you can, and depending on how you like them aesthetically, you can kind of set them up different or run them without the hose or whatever for a little bit cleaner aesthetic. So it just gives you options with your toys.
That's awesome. Jshot, do you have any questions?
I have two questions. One question, one maybe statement, comment. One I was gonna say, don't undersell the articulation on those guys. Like the fact that, you're like butterfly joint standard. Yeah, like it's not.
It's not.
Yeah, it's not.
Fair.
So yeah, definitely push that.
No,
Two, I
Arlen's
wanna
super
know-
modest. Like the articulation is fantastic, and like when you look at other stuff that has like secondary pieces and stuff over top, normally people go, oh well, it has secondary, so it's not going to be able to move. You're not going to be able to move the torso. But Arlen was like meticulous with like making sure that it didn't inhibit the articulation.
When he
and he's like,
it over, I was
it's a
like,
big deal. It's like, no, it is a big deal. You actually thought about it and didn't just like put it on there and sort of.
Yeah, when he had it crunched over like that, I was like, oh, look at that. It can move real good for being a spacesuit. Like, no, that's awesome.
And especially for a zombie, right? You like if you want your zombies to look kind of gross and crippled and like hunched over and like twisted and stuff, you need that articulation. Like you can't
need that range,
you don't want just like standing up straight zombies. That would kind of just be boring. So yeah, it's awesome. They're gonna be a ton of fun.
Heck yeah.
No, I was surprised. I mean, like when you guys showed how well it moved, I was genuinely surprised because I had fallen into the same trap, right? He's got that overlay. He's going to be a little stiffer. He might get some crunch, but not much. But yeah, no. So definitely don't undersell the articulation and the work you guys put into that. My question was going to be, can we hear some of the soundtrack? You got anything you could play for us? Looking at you, Ira, in your space station, right? Now.
I mean, I could. I don't know how to do that, but I could press play on my computer here. I just don't know if you guys will be able to hear it.
You can give it a shot. Let's see if it works.
Will we get a strike on that though? We'll get copyright strike.
No, it's their music. It's not.
Nonetheless,
unless they strike the video.
No, YouTube is weird like that. Man.
Yeah,
sometimes
All
they'll
right.
just-
All right. If we're gonna get a strike and it's too complicated, I don't want to do it. I was just really.
it's your fault, Jshot. If we do,
It's totally my
now.
fault. Yeah, totally my fault.
Last time Mario said that, somebody else got a strike. I remember
That's
that.
true.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm
That
just being
is
careful
actually
now.
true. Yeah, all right. You're being
Yeah.
cautious to learn.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear it?
All right, we'll be safe.
No,
we can't hear it.
No, we can't hear
Oh
it.
crap! I can hear it in my headphones. Damn.
Oh,
It.
good.
All right. Well, we tried.
It was
We'll
worth a
try.
shot. It was worth a
Yeah.
shot. Yeah.
Jshot, don't ask him to sing, okay?
what we're probably going to do is we're probably going to have little snippets that we'll put in updates on the Kickstarter. So if you're paying attention to the Kickstarter, we're going to have little bits of that so that you can kind of get into it.
The digital download's pretty cheap when you get in there, and it's like the one thing you'll get right away.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Heck
There's a
yeah.
good incentive right there. Digital download
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
away. Listen to
Hey,
the
you
song
don't-
repeat while you wait for the toys. Yeah.
You don't always get a record with action figures.
No, there's not that many examples that we could think of.
No.
And certainly not like a soundtrack. So this is like a soundtrack, and it's an original score kind of soundtrack.
great.
So you think of like the ambiance of a Christopher Nolan movie, where like a lot of it is the soundtrack. Like the sound is so important. And I was I've had the soundtrack on repeat while I was working on the Kickstarter and stuff like that, and just sort of like getting into the world that this sort of all exists in. So it's been really, really cool. And I just imagine people sort of getting their rewards and kind of opening their figures and playing with their figures with the soundtrack in the background,
Reading
the
the
book.
that's
super,
you know,
and like flipping through the
getting
comic
backstory
book.
through
And
it.
like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
exactly.
It's it's very immersive. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's very immersive.
I think like a
Machu.
soundtrack to an actual book alone is already like fantastic,
Mhm.
And then it's like, oh, cool, action figures to accompany that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
What the heck? Too much fun.
Machu, you have a question, sir?
I guess my question is with the lore, is it like your normal zombies? Or do people get infected in other ways than getting bitten?
It's pretty
is that spoiler?
classic. It's
It's not
we
that
might
classic.
get into a little bit of spoiler territory, but it's pretty classic zombies as far as like how they move and like what they sort of do. Except for there's kind of like animated skeletons and stuff, so there's like a little extra. But it's not like your typical zombie apocalypse where it's like some sort of infection. It's more controlled than that, and like that crown that it looks like a mask, but in the book it's a crown. And this and that is sort of a lot of the source of all our zombie woes.
Okay.
So yeah, there's like the like you can't, like, you get bit, you become a zombie. It's kind of like that, but it's not. It didn't start with like some chemical spill or something dumb like that, or not dumb, but like not something.
It's different than that.
It's different than that. Yeah,
That's not dumb.
music.
Not-
yeah.
It's the music that infects you.
Play
isn't
that.
it?
It's the music. Oh,
Yeah, that's the plot twist. You listen to the whole thing, and then
Yeah. Yep, the Hertzer said it. Zombify. Mario, what do you got?
I got two questions. The articulation on the hands for the rifle, is it up and down? It is? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And
So
then
and then the C grip is side to side
Love
like
it.
that. And then there's
Love that.
different
Okay,
between all the
awesome.
extra hands. Yeah.
that's great.
hell yeah.
Mhm.
And then the plugs that go into those holes, what size is that plug? Because if I could buy just those plugs, then I can plug up all those other ugly toys. Is it a 3mm plug? I hope it's 3mm. Just saying.
We have to wait and see.
He's gonna make you.
Cool.
Oh my God, guys! You just funded because somebody named Mario backed in $150,000 just to get the 5 cent plugs.
$250,000 on plugs.
Yeah.
There's just a note that says, "Can I get extra plugs?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bag of plugs
Will
is
this
a
get
stretch
me?
goal.
Exactly.
Yeah, please ask
Secret
your other
unlock.
ask your other customers if they want their plugs, because if they don't, I will take them.
I'll take them.
Chamba, what you got?
Yeah, you know the piping at the front of the actual suit. Is it the same actual width as the piping for like the arms, for example? The actual ports, is it the same kind of width that you've got, or are they different?
I'm not sure I quite understand.
Like, cause you got the arms that will plug at the back, right? The robotic arms.
Yeah.
Can those actually plug into the front as well? Because
it is the same size.
It's the same.
It is
Yes.
perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
and
great.
it's the same. It's the same as the everything that plugs in, like
All the
for the
ports are the same?
claw, the drill, the saw,
that's great.
the hoses.
Because then you can have the arms up in the front. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can have like a Doc Ock kind of.
That's
thing
what I'm
going
saying.
on.
That's sick.
Yeah.
All right, that's great. Thank you.
All right, Lago.
I was gonna ask two questions. Number one, what toy lines do these scale with? Like toy lines that are out there right now?
These will scale with most of the sort of current 6-inch like military type lines. So classified, Monster Force, Action Force, but then they'll scale with Legends as well. It's kind of that Hasbro 6-inch scale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And my second question was, what type of music inspired the record?
Well, you can see this kind of spaceship looking behind.
I love that though. Like, it's
That's
pretty
dope.
That's a flux capacitor, dude.
Yeah,
cool. Reminds me of like Zolocon, where Zolocon was like in that place. So they had all
Yeah, exactly. It's the inside of that.
You know what I'm talking
bubble.
about, right?
Yeah, exactly.
This is it's a modular synthesizer that I built. So Arlen and I kind of really two things happened. So one, we wanted to start. Yeah, we're definitely.
I was going to say he was so casual about that synthesizer that I built.
Yeah,
All right, Doc Brown, chill.
I made a record.
Add that to the list of things that Arlen can do as well. Synthesizers.
So both the synthesizer, I modeled. Yeah, okay, relax. Save some for the rest of us.
Arlen's previous career was building guitars.
Yeah.
Teaching people how to build
and
guitars.
teaching people how to do it.
Dang, that's
He
crazy.
was so good at it that other people wanted him to teach them how to do it.
And then he said, "Screw this! I want to make toys."
Now I'm bored. Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if you guys or one of you guys would. You've probably listened to guitar enough where you could almost hear a guitar in a track and tell someone what kind of guitar it is.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nerd.
We're gonna put that to the test right now in our new game.
No, I used to know a guy. He lived and breathed guitar for like years and years, and he could tell you exactly what guitar was being played on the track and the kind of wood that the guitar was made with.
Whoa, yeah.
Like,
But is he making toys now?
And no, you believed him.
That's what I know.
You believed him.
Well, no, because
the kind of wood.
No, there's. Oh, dude, it was crazy because like we thought he was full of it for the longest time, and it's like you would play something. He's like, okay, it's that and this, and then it's like, well, go over there and double check it, and you double check it. No, he's right, dude.
Yeah, pretty nerdy about stuff like that.
I was just saying, but how are you checking it? You could be like, yeah, it's a Honey Crisp. It's like you're just naming apples. Yeah,
yeah, it's delicious.
It's a red. Yeah, it's a playing the Smoke on the Water riff on a Red Delicious. That's an apple. Yeah.
That's what he did.
Okay, so to go back to your question. Basically, two things happened. Is one, Arlen and I sort of discovered synthesizers. Well, not discovered, but like got really into them and really started wanting to understand them more. And our record probably would have had a lot more guitar on it, but I went skateboarding and I broke my wrist.
Oh no!
And so I couldn't play guitar and couldn't write on guitar or anything like that. So Arlen and I kind of just fully dove into the synthesizer thing. And so for me, as far as influences go, probably Arlen is my biggest influence because we would just go down there and start doing stuff, and it wasn't really based on what, like, we had the song titles like that day with the puppy. We had written the entire album out, and so we knew the direction we were going, and we were trying to create music that would sound like the thing that was happening. So there's a song on the record called Escape, and that had to have certain elements in it. It needed to be fast moving, it needed to be exciting,
Anxiety inducing.
Well, there's one called what's it called, the actual anxiety inducing one?
They only come out at night.
They only come out at night. That's right. And it is like Arlen and I can barely listen to it because it's so intense.
That's the one I make my kids listen to when they're
oh God, really?
That's their bedtime song. Yeah,
it's like,
sleep,
don't make
kids.
me turn it on again.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll play the song.
Dude, you guys are selling the hell out of this record right now.
Yeah. The toys are great, but the record is really.
Again, the toys are a bonus. They're a nice bonus to it.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. The toys are great too, and then the record is a whole other
Yes,
world
of course.
as well.
That's the beauty of it.
It's something there for everybody. Yeah.
Arlen, I don't know if you had some other influences in that as well, but
No,
I would say movie music, kind of like music
Scores.
for mood, scores and stuff like that. Hans Zimmer and Trent Reznor and that kind of stuff. But even then, it's like doesn't sound like that stuff.
Right.
Okay.
We're just kind of like, oh, if they could do it, we could do it.
Right.
Nice.
It's the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So Ira, you said you broke your wrist skateboarding.
Yeah.
That's the one thing you guys aren't good at, is what I got out of this.
I'm not good at skateboarding.
No, I broke my leg.
Arlen totally broke his leg.
So that's why the astronauts have the legs.
Yep, I was just gonna say that's the connection. Yep. Like what parts should we make show zombies? I broke my leg. You're a genius, Arlen. Yeah. No, really, guys. Oh shit.
It all makes sense now.
Yeah.
Well, I will say that you can definitely like sense a lot of the fun that happened in the creation of this through the figures. There's a lot of that like that kind of like comes out, even like with the sculpts. They're like very like, how do I even describe them? Like everything has like there's like a fun vibe to it, if that makes sense.
Awesome.
Like you can tell there was like a lot of like fun and like energy in it.
Yeah, I mean, despite the sort of gravitas of like, zombies and sort of the despair that you're in space and like, what do you do, right? It's still fun. So there's like there's a nice balance of the sort of seriousness of what's happening with like the fact that this is kind of pulpy and there's a little bit of satire and it's still action figures, right? Like it's not the even the paints aren't like super layered and heavy and like there's not a lot of washes and all that kind of stuff. They're still toys and they're still meant to be fun and played with and stuff. So that's another thing that sort of got me is that they don't look depressing. they look like fun.
Yeah. No,
At the end of the day,
the theme can be, but
yeah, exactly.
At the end of the day, we're grown men playing with toys, and we know that.
It's got to be fun.
We want to have fun. It's all about having fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. I think that's probably a good place to put a pin in it.
Cool.
Yeah, we've gone about an hour here.
Awesome.
Thank you guys so much for coming and
thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Nice to meet you guys.
Appreciate it.
If I can just add one little thing, what I will say
Absolutely.
is, with a Kickstarter, please keep in mind that the Kickstarter doesn't charge until the end of the campaign. So if you're thinking about backing it, back it now. Don't wait until the very end because the unlock goals don't get unlocked if people don't back it. So if you're waiting for something that's on the other side of one of the stretch goals, say you think, oh, maybe the orange astronaut's my favorite. Back for one of the astronauts, and then when it unlocks, you can just change your reward to that astronaut. But we don't get there if people don't sort of back it. You won't be charged until the end, like I said. So I think April 1st. So the campaign runs until March 31st, and then the cards get charged the following day. So you're kind of zero risk to back it right now. And as I said, if you're on the fence, feel free to reach out and ask us any questions, or if there's anything more that you want to see or hear from us or whatever, let us know, because we're more than happy to share. Unless what you want to know is what's behind those shadows, because that we will not.
That's spoiler.
Yeah, our Adam, he likes to call it "Don't be a butthole." So back it now and don't wait till the last minute.
Yeah, it's the anxiety of like just waiting. Yeah. We're super confident it's gonna fund. It's just like, why can't it fund tomorrow instead of like day 25 or something like that? Yeah. Like it'll just I mean it works better for everybody if it funds sooner and it unlocks sooner, because then it's then we can do more videos that are just celebrations, and which
it's
which
still
is
a month of sleepless nights for
which
us.
is what Adam got to do in the last couple videos. I think you guys did one right after it funded too with him, so it was like, so that's like a totally different tone to those videos.
Yeah, we what was it? We had just started the Thursday night show when his funded. It was, it was crazy. Wow. Yeah, cool. So yeah, you guys are about 20K in there right now, so you're cooking along pretty well. You still got almost a whole month.
Yes.
So,
yeah. We're only a few days in, and like I said, the numbers look good and the trajectory is good. But we would love for it to sort of fund sooner than sort of the trajectory it's on right now.
Yeah,
for obvious reasons. I mean,
Sonic Rockman X brought up a good point. Before we let you guys go here, would you be willing to do Q&A from the chat?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
For sure. Yeah. Totally.
Okay. All right. Chamba, can you set a timer for about 10 minutes? And these are just going to be real quick ones here.
We'll answer as fast as we can.
I got a buffer question. If you want to give the chat a chance, then let them cut out.
Okay.
Yeah. So Spike Spectre, the bad guy, and you said that this takes place in the 90s. Who is the actor that you would have play Spike Spectre from the 90s in this role, in the movie version?
I know, but Arlen, do you? I thought of it immediately.
No, I don't know.
Willem Dafoe.
90s Willem Dafoe. Okay.
90s Willem. Okay. He's something of a scientist. Yeah.
Nice. He is.
Okay.
Should I let me know when to start the timer, by the way?
Go ahead and start it now.
Okay, dope.
All right.
10 minutes.
Sonic Rockman X. Any weapons packs?
Oh.
No.
Okay. Have you guys
No, I will elaborate on that one though. So what we did initially sort of throw the idea of a weapons pack around. But the reality of what we've done and sort of the reality of this lore is that they're going on an exploratory mission and a colonizing mission. They don't really think they don't know they're zombies at the other end. So when you actually look at the pack-ins for each of the astronauts, the military guy has weapons because he's a military guy, but the science officer has science stuff, and the medical guy has medical stuff, and the engineer has engineer stuff. And so the real fun of it is that, can they use what they've got to defend themselves against zombies? And
the answer is yes.
Weapons, the answer is yes. Stay tuned. But as far as like, if you want to sort of load out all your astronauts with weapons, there's so many people making such cool weapons packs, and you've got, if you're doing classified, you've got so many extra weapons already that it felt superfluous to like do a weapons pack, and it just sort of adds a SKU, which adds costs and all that kind of stuff. So that's why we didn't. That's why the answer is no.
Okay. Have you guys seen John Carpenter's Ghost of Mars?
Yes.
No. Arlen and I have not seen it. And I think when this funds, Arlen, that should be one of our celebratory moves, is to watch this movie.
I'm in. Yep.
Okay. Weapon effects, like muzzle effects or laser gun effects?
Similar answer to the first. There's so many of them out there that it felt a little bit redundant, and it felt like you just have a bin of more stuff
of
that
effects
you
pieces.
don't kind of use. Yeah, and that's.
But they'll have the hole for it.
They'll have the port, so you will be able to sort of plug in. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if we didn't mention, Arlen's worked for lots of companies, so he knows the sizes that the ports need to be and stuff like that. So
okay. Dorian G says,
Nothing. Done.
Thanks, Dorian.
It's a big fat no.
Yeah.
Sonic Rockman X thrusters effects.
Ooh.
We thought about it. Currently, no. But if this funds and things keep going, then maybe wave 1.5 or wave 2.
Cool.
Okay.
That's something we should say is this isn't like the end.
Yes.
This is we
Right,
have
right.
so many things planned for this. And like we have a world built and we just want to put it into plastic.
The reason that the Kickstarter is just zombies and astronauts is because that was a really nice, tidy offering, and that's sort of a good sort of starting point for the universe.
For sure.
But effectively, the Kickstarter takes place during the Red Dust 2 mission, but the Nameless universe isn't strictly limited to the surface of Mars.
Mm-hmm.
So they
Or
left
the
Earth.
1990s.
They could go back to Earth. They could or the 1990s. Right. We've got. We've got sort of a past, we've got a future. This is just sort of the present. This is what we're doing right now. So.
Cool.
Any chance we can get some astronauts in Space Rangers colors?
Like Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger?
No, I think he's referring to like the Power Rangers, Space Rangers.
I thought
Oh.
Rangers there.
I don't know Sonic Rockman X, so maybe that was maybe you guys know
Right.
it better than we do. Who knows? I mean,
Okay.
I don't know what those colors are.
Born Tatum, I don't mind having a weapons pack. We can get weapons accessories anytime we can use. I'd rather something more unique, like another head sculpt.
Yeah.
Or some limbs, man. That would be cool.
Yeah. New limbs.
Who would you want portrayed as Georgia if you made a movie?
That's a good question.
Fantastic.
I can't think of it.
Okay.
I'll have to come back to
cast
that
the
one.
movie so that if people ask us
you'd
that
have
again,
to.
We should do that actually. Just go.
That should be fun. That'll be fun.
Yep. How did they get to Mars in the 60s? In the 60s, rockets or something else?
Yes.
Yellow
Okay.
yes.
I don't
Rockets
remember.
and something else.
Yes, something like that.
Any plans for bulkier bodies?
For the figures, not for you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually.
Yeah.
I'm
It's like
eating a
I've
lot
been
of
bulking up.
donuts.
Yeah.
We have a lot of plans. Let's just put it that way. Yeah.
Okay. Buzz Lightyear colors is what
Hey, I got it. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Space Ranger. Yeah. Okay.
No, but I mean the white astronaut wouldn't be too far off.
Right,
So I think
it's
that
pretty
would be
close.
your best sort of choice to use as a base body. So it's pretty close, and you wouldn't have to do too much.
Are the limbs interchangeable? I think they answered
Yes.
that earlier. They're modular, so you could switch them across all the figures.
You can have
in the
different
line.
colors, the sleeves and the actual pant leg. Different.
Yeah,
colors if you
and
want.
sort of to that point, like this one's not the best example of it, but like where the sculpt is broken is actually like where we have these bands, so
Perfect.
it doesn't like break up the sculpt as much to swap the limbs.
That's
And it's
genius.
Still,
Yeah.
very very tidy way of doing it. Again, Arlen thought of everything.
Hello.
Planning is
Yeah,
incredible.
no, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's clever, dude. That's really nice.
Yeah. All right. What do we got here?
Oh, there's another question.
Okay. Is the app crunch good? He showed it off earlier.
He showed it, yeah,
Come
dude.
on.
Yeah, Sonic, where have you been? Dude, it's amazing.
Hey,
Go watch the replay, dude.
We were all blown away.
Yeah, we were all like,
We were.
wow. Yeah.
Butterflies.
Will there be
crunch.
artist proofs so we can paint them ourselves?
Oh,
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
dang.
Not during the Kickstarter. Again, it's sort of one of those things where you add additional SKUs, you're adding additional cost, and so while a few people have asked for it, I do know from people that I talk to that artist proofs, though they seem cool, don't typically sell as well,
Right.
Because you're selling to sort of
They don't.
a niche
don't.
of
Yeah.
a niche almost. Like you're selling to toy collectors who are also customizers. So it's a tough one. That's a tough SKU.
Okay.
Just get that Dr. Michael Locke. It's close enough.
Yeah, and just paint. Yeah, it's got a base color.
Painted gray.
Sonic Rockman said I missed it. I stepped away. Sorry.
Okay,
Good.
it's all good.
Oh, good.
That's strike one, Sonic.
Check out the replay. You see the articulation. It's wicked.
Yeah, it's very nice.
So Georgia McBride, Martina's mother or Martina's daughter?
No relation.
No relation. She's got a guitar and everything for crying out loud.
No relation.
All right.
There's a song in the soundtrack, and you're like, yep.
Yeah.
Any glow in the dark parts like the helmets?
Not yet.
Sonic, there's a glow in the dark on there for crying out loud.
He's trolling us.
Just the flesh on that figure is glow in the dark. That's it. If that's what he was sort of asking.
Suit. Yeah.
Are the belt and torso gear removable?
Oh.
That's the plan.
Okay.
It might be a little tight getting it over the legs, but because of the because of the way the hips can drop, we should be able to slide it. If you can see the hips drop down, which bring them closer together, you should be able to slide that over top. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Can we see that tab crunch again real quick before you put it back?
Whoa.
Yeah, come on,
dude. It's even better than I remember. God.
Yeah, in its face.
Whoa, look at that dance.
Snake Man Wave 2.
You can also do the slice straight up.
Oh.
Sonic walked away again at that time. Yeah.
He looked away.
Next question, Sonic Rockman X. Can it do the splits? Yeah. I know we just showed that.
Any space props included, like canisters, barrels, and such?
Nothing yet. No.
Okay.
Again, this is just step one.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had people ask about additional bucks, additional body types, additional sort of play bits, play sets, vehicles. Like people, it's flattering that people want that from us. We got to make these first, and then we'll sort of entertain our fantasies of what we want to make.
You gotta walk
the world
where you can run.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen. Well, thank you so much. We're gonna stick around here and talk some Toy Fair stuff. So we'll go ahead and let you guys go. But thank you so much for hopping on and sharing your Kickstarter. And I tried to share the link in the chat, but it was a long URL, so it split it up. But just remember, Space Zombies from Mars on Kickstarter. So head on over there and back them as soon as possible.
Yes.
As soon as possible.
Yes, please.
Yes.
ASAP.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks for
it.
having us.
Thank
Peace,
you, guys.
guys.
All right. Have a great night, gentlemen.
And if anybody, I know some of you guys are sort of in the LA area. If anybody's going to be at WonderCon, I'm going to be at WonderCon at the Spiro table, and I'll probably have a couple paint samples, paint masters.
Oh, awesome.
All right,
Check
I'll
'em
see
out.
you there.
Cool.
I will see you there, sir.
Awesome.
Check them
Cool.
out. Cheers,
Awesome.
guys.
All right. Peace, guys.
See ya.
So yeah.
All right. Have a great night, gentlemen. All right. So, you guys good to stick around and talk some Toy Fair?
Yeah, I got some time.
Yeah.
All right.
Lago might be asleep, but he's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna admit,
Tired,
I'm
Lago?
tired.
If you're tired, it's all good, man.
No, I'll stick around.
I was more just joking because his face hasn't moved in 40 minutes. But that was, Lago's like, I am tired, Jay. Shut up. I'm sorry, dude. No,
Yeah, he's frozen.
Yeah,
I
dude, why
didn't
you gotta
realize
burn the
it.
spotlight
Yeah, he's been
back?
frozen that way.
God.
Called him
Was I
out.
frozen? I'm sorry, I don't know. I know.
Yeah, you're
yeah.
frozen.
You're still
I
frozen.
lost-
You haven't blinked in like an hour.
Yeah.
You might be one of the space zombies. We don't know.
Hold on, let me turn off my camera real quick. Maybe. Let me sign off. I'm frozen. Seriously?
Yeah, you're frozen. You don't look
No
very
way.
pleased.
Yeah.
I see myself. Okay.
Yeah. You look like Mario when they were like, you can't have any extra plugs.
Yeah.
Let me.
Get your screenshots now, everyone.
Yeah.
Grab one for me because I want to use
What
this.
the hell? All right. Let me.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Mr. Junior, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Hello.
How
What's up,
are
Junior?
you?
Good. Are we live?
We
Yes,
are
we
live.
are live.
Yes.
Oh, hello.
Very live.
Am I still
I
frozen?
forgot. Is Dario coming?
I don't think so. I don't think so. So let's go
where's
ahead and
Lago?
he's
frozen
there
this
invisibly.
I'm frozen
Um,
again. What the hell?
No.
Now,
it just
now you're
loads- it
invincible.
Loads slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just invisible right now.
Yeah.
They're in spirit.
Did you guys go back today?
No. I mean, my mind wanted it. My body did not.
Same. I
Wait, it
kind
was
of
also today? Was today the last day or something?
today was the last day.
And that's actually a
wild.
good day because sometimes like the booths don't want to,
Mm-hmm.
break everything down and lug it all back across the country. So there's usually some cool networking you can do at the end.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Like everyone there was really amazing. It's it's such a different vibe than like what you would consider typical of a con. I know you're there as press and it's there to do work, but I have to say it's so
It was-
much fun.
It was very chill too. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, Cheynee, huge thank you because, I know there's a lot of toy tubers are there and there's a need to get the news out and first and immediate. And I have to say, I couldn't have gone with two better people. It was very, very chill. We're all getting the same news. Everyone has our appointments. Everyone has their own perspectives and pictures and things like that. And it's just a real no frills atmosphere. It was such an awesome few days.
No, thank
That's
you
well done.
guys. You guys did a bang up job, man. Like you and Lago in the Bandai booth, that was great. That was great.
Oh, and
then
there's probably
Dario,
more coming too. So
and then Dario holding it down with the camera, being
Mhm.
an awesome
Yep.
cameraman. That
Yes.
was, yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you so
yeah, that
much.
man's got he's got a still hand.
Yes, very still. I noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Where do we even begin here? Where should we begin? Junior, we'll start with you. Where should we start at here?
Scroll down. Oh, you know what? This one kind of caught us out of left field. Scroll back up. We swung by a booth that came under the recommendation of some other people. Where I think is that Virgo Shaka? I'm totally gonna mess that up. It's the Saint Seiya guy on the right.
Okay.
The gold armor one.
Blockies.
The Blockies. Yes, we're gonna go check out the Blockies. So, Blockies is just another figure expression that was it's a Chinese-based company that's actually they've only been in the market for 6 months, according to them, the stateside. And yeah, they're doing a bunch of different licensed properties. They've done Transformers. In this case, they've done Saint Seiya, and they have Sesame Street, and they're really cool and they're really like fun, functional articulation. And
Also
I think
Pokemon.
Oh, do they have Pokemon there?
I've got their Pokemon Blockies, but I don't know if their license reaches the United States.
I don't think it's
Uh,
part of the U.S.
yeah.
There
It's
was
not
another
part of the
property
licensing.
that they have that doesn't reach the U.S. that they couldn't
Mm.
show.
Yeah.
They also have what was it? The Minions.
Yes.
Oh,
Minions was the other one, yeah.
Yeah.
They're
And then there was-
charming.
They had like a little box. Like that display was community created.
Yes.
Oh my
okay.
gosh.
Oh,
Ernie,
really?
Yeah.
Ernie
Yeah.
from Sesame
That's
Street.
cool
the
that they
Oh
did
yeah,
that.
and there's that flock Elmo, which is really amazing.
Mhm.
I have some shots I gotta give you guys of
Yeah.
of
Shout-
of Ernie as Neo.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That's
But, like
random.
he's got a gun and he's got like both pills in the other hand.
That is random.
Shout out
Yeah,
to
it
because he got me in. He got
So
me in
fun.
the morning for like they had like a press event, and they were like serving muffins and mimosas.
Oh,
And,
wow.
Like they gave us a whole booth tour. Actually, No Chewing ended up giving me the booth tour. 'Cause
Yeah.
he knew most of the properties.
He works there now? Great.
Well, he's been working with them for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's been
Nice.
affiliated with them. Like he started out with the Transformers.
Right. He was always like trying to pimp those, wasn't he?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Dude,
Mm.
they're dope. I got this little
Look
guy
at
over here.
that.
Yeah,
Little
I
Blocky.
got one of those little guys too. The purple.
Ah,
Oh,
baby
wow.
Prime.
They're
that's so
so
cool.
they're like super deformed chibi.
That's what you've
And
been
like-
after, right? Like the super
Yeah.
deformed stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
those are cool.
That actually
Dude,
looks
yeah.
they're
rich.
like-
Show me this.
They're like super articulated
I realize
minifigs,
there's
right?
metallic
Like
Yeah.
paints on him.
this is the chase. Dude, a
Ah.
whole box, 12 different figures, $25 for a whole
Look
box.
at him. Mario enabling.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, these
no.
are so much fun. They're straight up hand candy, dude.
I was gonna pick
They're
him
like-
up, but I was like, I don't need.
Yeah, they gave us a goodie
look like-
bag with one of those in them,
Oh,
and then there
sick.
was a limited. There was a, I guess it's a limited edition Bumblebee
Oh,
for Toy Fair. So that was really cool. I thought you don't get any toys or can't buy anything from.
right. That's what I
Toy
thought. Because
Fair,
it's
and I was
an
like,
industry
what?
show, right? So
Yeah,
Well, they give out stuff too.
they
though.
do. There's samples and whatnot, but
Yeah.
that's neat.
Yeah, this was
Nice.
for me. This was definitely one of those out of left field companies.
Blockies, yeah. I'm glad that
Yeah,
they're
like
expanding.
I
like
go for the
this. That's
Hasbros
good.
and the Mattels, and this really caught me off guard in the best way. And I love what they're doing with Saint Seiya too.
These Chinese companies, man, they realize
Gundamit had Sensei in stock a
Yeah.
while ago, but
Yeah,
they
ages
sold
ago.
out pretty quickly, man.
you can get them on AliExpress now, though.
Are they on Ali?
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, sweet. I can see Lago blinking now.
Yes.
Progress.
Am I live?
Yes, you
with the
are.
singles?
Active
Okay.
Lago. I love it.
There we go.
No, these were really cool. I saw them on Saturday, and I saw the press event happening, and I'm like, man, I really want to go check them out. So, I
Oh,
made a
can we?
couple-
All right, can we just stop real quick? Go back. Yeah, right where Big
the
Bird is.
exploded,
Mhm.
the
They
exploded
have
view.
like the explosion view, and I love how they call Big Bird's leggings leg armor.
Love it.
Nice.
And I was-
That's the
it was
true
chef's
translation
kiss.
of it, though.
And that's the. I was like, man, that was mistranslated in the best way
Nah,
possible.
that's the way it should be.
You're right.
Agreed.
Leggings, not leg armor, dude. Come on.
Yeah, it's protecting you from something.
All right. Let's see. Where to next? We'll go with Jshot.
Well, I mean, he's baiting me with the picture of the flipping Power Rangers.
Save that for Thursday.
Yeah, I was gonna say they showed up all the head sculpts.
They did.
They showed them up. Scroll down. I mean, there's got to be turtles in here somewhere, right? Like, I'm gonna stay true to brand tonight. Yeah,
Everyone's doing.
Oh, you know the NECA stuff.
let's go to the click on the Stan Sakai ones because I
Middle
feel
left.
like they're your arrows right on them.
Left.
No,
Left,
Right here?
The other left.
other one,
left,
other left.
Other left.
under the shark. Under the
Diagonal.
shark.
Next to
Next
cloud.
to,
Oh.
next to Cloud's head. Yeah, left.
Here we go. Yeah. So these seem to be the one that are like polarizing people, but I love these.
Why
I
are
think
they
they're-
Polarizing.
Oh,
Everyone
yes,
I knew loved
I saw.
them.
Yeah, they are polarizing the folks.
Yeah, what like God?
Why?
Why? Because it's another.
Because they don't. Well, no, it's because they don't really
coming
remember.
after me lately, man.
They don't remember the Stan Sakai turtles for the most part.
Yeah.
They go, "What are these?" And I'm like, "It's his turtles." I'm like, "Since when?" I'm like, "Since when he freaking
Since he
drew
did
them,
that."
dude."
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've seen a couple people like even in the turtle community that are just like these are terrible.
Such a
Why do they look
toxic
like that?
community.
Oh,
It
it's the
looks
worst community
wicked.
ever. Such a toxic community. It's like go back to your bed sheets, nerds. As I go to mine. But no, dude, I really so there's so much that we're showing off, obviously, and they really don't like me having money. But I love the Stan Sakai ones. I think they look great. I love the portraits on them. It's and I think Machu, you and I were talking about how we love the color mixed with the brown bandit,
Yeah,
like the brown, the brown.
Yes.
Oh yeah, same way like these are. It
Yep.
just adds a little something to it. So it's
I always
just
dug
really-
that too.
Yeah.
You know what
they
it
look great.
does? It makes the other colors pop.
Yes. Exactly.
So that I think that's why like we like that kind of style. Like I was really psyched about the 2012 turtles, and then those other turtles were right underneath it, and I'm like, what are those? I want.
What
those.
are those? Yeah.
Also, the actual like their skin tone their pastel color skin tones really pop even more because of it too.
So yeah, I really love those. So much other stuff shown off. The April figure, the April 5th turtle figure here. The Ace Duck. I think that Ace Duck portrait might be one of my favorite portraits I've ever seen on a sculpt. It's hilarious. The disguise, the gangster turtles from the Jim Lawson line look awesome. I mean, there's just so much stuff here. Then this is the one that Jason Young more or less worked on.
Yeah.
To see that, and then to see the box art for it, which was pulling from the original Ninja Turtles cereal from back in the 90s. I don't know if you saw that, but that was just a nice little like nostalgia kick. And then to hear that these figures were based off of something that someone in the community did, and then they turned it into them. That was really cool. Yeah. So I can't remember the name, but they did a custom, and Trevor saw it. Trevor from TMNT saw it from NECA, and they ended up making them into pieces here. So it's cool. A lot of cool stuff. Look at that. Like, come on.
Yeah, these are great, man. I do like the way they look. It's unique.
The ink lines as well really just add so much to this. It's annoying how good they look.
Look at his smiling face.
So I noticed that like the elbows, they don't have any pins in them, but the knees do. That's what I was wondering about.
Could be prototype still.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's the case.
Yeah, because they started going pinless.
Oh.
Yeah, they started a couple pinless. It might be
prototypes.
Yeah.
When did these come out?
So look, there's the cereal box art. Look at that.
When do they come out? What's the line for the actual?
So a lot of the stuff they showed off, he said, is available next month.
What?
What?
Yeah, well, because it's Haulathon. It's Haulathon.
It was the
Jshot, you're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find a shot. There's a shot of the front of the NECA booth. So this is when you walk in, but there's a bunch of standalone deluxes. There was that 4-pack. There was like Pee Wee Herman, a bunch of other ones. Whatever was shown in the front of the booth, from my understanding,
that's for Haulathon.
That's going to be whatever's going to be the Haulathon in April.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So,
these 2012 ones look so good.
They
so
do.
Good. So good.
Lago, were you blown away by all these?
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. No. I went in there with Junior and Dario, and I think I'm gonna get more turtles after this, man.
Yeah. Which ones pulled you in?
The Usagi ones I like a lot.
Yes.
I really like them. Again, I like the ink lines, like you said, Chamba, and I like the pastel colors and the expressive faces. There's just something different for turtles. And another thing that caught my attention were I didn't read past the first part of The Last Ronin, but when they get those kids, the kids that like that group looked really cool. I really like those.
I think we may have more here.
Yeah. We try to get everything. We were trying to get everything.
You guys revealed
you guys 4 sets of turtles.
Yeah, they did. They had like 4 sets of turtles.
Technically 5. Because then
Yeah.
wasn't the movie ones? Aren't these going to be like
the movie ones are
they're
new.
new.
That's another thing.
Did they say what's new about them?
The head sculpts are new.
Oh, okay.
No update to the body though. They said.
That's
no
all right.
update to the body. Yeah,
Sure.
but he did say that the new movie ones are for people who like didn't get them or like were harder to get
for sure,
and that included the head sculpt. So I'm wondering if the head sculpts were like part of the accessory pack that people could get.
Oh, right.
And it's like this is your chance to go buy them. So I'm hoping that's the case because then I can pass because I
them,
do have the accessory pack.
Yeah, you don't need that.
Well, what if they're cheap enough that like you can buy if it's a newer head that you don't have that you could just buy it and.
Yeah, if it's a head sculpt I don't have,
we're trying to convince him not to get more.
Yeah.
There's no.
Machu doesn't understand.
He's gonna buy them, dude.
He's gonna buy them regardless.
Yeah,
I know.
He bought 2 sets of what is it? The Secret of the Use.
Jshot's kids aren't going to college. I mean, we've already established.
That's not because I can't afford. That's not because I can't afford it. That's because
By the way, with Haulathon being next month, I might have to ask you to lighten my workload.
Oh yeah, sure.
Because I'll be the one running around searching for these book clubs.
Dude, these with the accessory, I feel like this should just turn into the Jshot Talks Turtles show now. Welcome to Chatmigos. The accessories on these are amazing. Like I love the safe. The safe looks awesome.
I want that April too.
Yeah, that April's coming soon. This is the first. It's a different April than they released originally, which is great. But also, like, I could use that original April and not pay $300 for it. That'd be awesome. So, yeah. But yeah.
Okay. Let's go to the next little video here for
Wait, we're
turtles.
done?
These ones. Ugh, I love it.
Yeah, these are super cool.
That Krang.
That one's awesome.
Yeah. Want it.
That Krang
Want
is
it.
3D glasses.
Want it.
Is that a James Groman sculpt?
Yes.
Do you guys know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And the Dracula, the Shredder is Dracula. He also noted it's fun. And you could see, like we talked about the Bela Lugosi inspiration, but he also said that there's 3 different colorways coming out, depending on what your favorite Dracula is. They'll be pulling
which one are you
inspiration from
getting?
different colorways.
Jshot.
Oh, 3 of them. What are you talking about?
They showed the boxes on the bottom.
Oh, okay.
You gotta be a completionist, you know.
Yeah.
So
You don't have to, but
yeah, tell that to my OCD brain.
Yeah.
So
This is a testament to the strength of the offerings when it buries the lead of the version 2 cartoon Shredder that everyone's been waiting years for.
Yeah.
Like, it is so under the radar. And it's funny because it's like they're doing those 4 movie turtles with the different heads, and the reason cited was to, in case people missed out on them originally. But a lot of people are missing out the original Mirage ones. I'm surprised that they don't, go in that direction.
Oh, maybe they might.
That's a set everyone would kill to have. Even now, as bootlegged as it's been.
Yeah. All right. Do we have any more comments on these? I'll say right now, I'm getting that Krang one just because it's
100%.
so different.
Krang's
Like,
different,
such
yeah.
a-
We could
It was
do
really
a-
cool, and I love. Big fan of Archie. Can't wait till they get to like the regular. Like they're already doing turtles and movie turtles in Stan Sakai style, the disguise set. But we're really waiting on the Archie set for us in our home.
Yeah.
We're waiting for the Archie set of the 4 turtles.
I'm sure it's got to be coming.
And this Bebop and Rocksteady, they were supposed to be like concept art from the first.
It was Freddie Williams actually. I remember. Freddie Williams is a comic artist, current comic artist. He recently did a few of the turtle stuff. They basically got him to imagine what they could be. Yeah, which is super fun. What a great idea! I was talking in Discord. I was like, all right, if this is the first step, hopefully we get to see like a metalhead.
Yeah,
a Krang that would be within that original movie. Like, what could that be?
A 90s Krang? That would have been
That's
cool.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A 90s metalhead to me would be brilliant.
Yeah. As much as I mean, I think it's an interesting way. It does feel a little bit like, hey, how else can we get, how else?
Of course, but I think that's a fun
it's a fun,
yeah.
Agreed. And then he did, Blaine also talked about the Kevin Eastman that's there. So last year they had the New York Comic-Con release that was an exclusive, and he sold out super quickly. But what they're doing is they're re-releasing this Kevin Eastman figure, but it'll be different than the New York Comic-Con one, so that people who got that one felt like they got a special one, and people who missed that figure still have a chance to go get it.
Nice.
So I thought that was kind of nice, right? It was a nice little like, hey, so but yeah.
Okay.
Tons of awesome stuff.
Yeah.
If you're going to ask me if I can go out in the next 6 to 8 months, the answer is no. I'm broke. So, yeah.
They also showed a bunch of other stuff from NECA, like the Stitch, the Ultimate
Stitch
Stitch.
is cool. The Stitch is cool.
Yeah. Which he said
Sesame
was
Street, Big Bird and Oscar.
Yeah.
Harry
Big
Monster.
Bird. Big Bird's wicked.
Lago, where are we going to go next?
I don't know. I was, it's funny. I kept telling everybody that the things that caught my attention were not action figures over there. I was more into like the little kid stuff. That's when we were looking at that, it was like the innovation there. I was really surprised at. So things like the Play-Doh Barbie really caught my attention. I thought it was really cool that there's this Barbie that you can make dresses out of Play-Doh and hair out of Play-Doh. Like,
yeah, we were remarking that, like, what a world we live in when Hasbro's doing Barbie.
That's what, and also turtles, right? What a weird loophole.
Yeah.
It
Then there was
seems
the
to be the
turtles.
name of the game, but toys are collaboration, huh?
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
More money for
There was
everyone, right?
Yeah, there was also the Play-Doh turtle stuff, the Nerf
Mhm.
guns. Like there was some cool stuff with
The
that.
Nerf
Like
guns were intense, dude. Like
Yeah,
that
dude.
guy was
Yeah,
like
it's-
high octane. Like
yeah, it was like a
That was awesome.
semi-automatic. It was crazy.
Uh-huh. I'm
That's what
like,
you
wow.
need, Cheynee. You need a high octane dude to slang Nerf guns. Come on.
That was
Yeah,
like special
no
forces. Yeah.
It'll sell it.
But like these
Yeah.
things were the things that were like, whoa, this is kind of cool. And the action figure stuff was interesting too as well. But like, I wasn't expecting to like this as much in Toy Fair, you know. So,
yeah, I saw you at in the video for the Bandai booth. You were like oohing and ahhing over the statues in there. You're like, oh, what?
yeah, right.
Or the Jaws.
Actually, the
Batman.
Bandai booth, the thing that got me the most was the Bath Jaws.
The bath bomb.
Yeah.
Bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing was
Bath
awesome,
bombs?
man.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, the bath
Yeah.
bomb.
It turns red. Yeah. So,
It
Dude,
turns the water red.
those One Piece bath bombs were genius too.
Yeah.
Right?
love
They
the
float.
idea.
Some of them don't.
The floating and
yeah.
the sinking ones, I'm like, that's
Yeah.
genius.
Yeah. I was like,
So,
oh
like-
man, I'm gonna have to get those.
Then there was like these at the Bandai booth. I forgot what they're called. They're like little buddies or something like that, and they're like little pigeons and little flock.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All the little flock animals. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
There was like a,
That's
a red panda.
Beautifully
Yeah.
sculpted.
right,
All
and
those
super
things.
cheap. They were like
Yeah,
$4.
$4
$4
or
for the
$5. I was
bird.
like, what?
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, Target.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, it's over now.
and then obviously getting to mess around with the Maximum Spider-Man was pretty cool too. Like I think.
Yeah.
How
I
did you
think
like it?
how- I think that the thing that surprised me the most is how like Dan was just like, yeah, man, Lago, come try this out. Like, no problem. Like, they weren't worried about breaking it or anything, and they were just really cool about it, you know. So,
Nice.
I think it was pretty. I think it was pretty cool. I think it was pretty cool. I can see where the community is kind of like undecisive about the price point and everything, but I think there's a buyer for everything, and obviously, this is doing well. It's sold out everywhere. And I think it's hilarious that in the comments of the post, everybody's just going nuts. It's, I don't know. Like as I was posting this stuff, like everybody that comments, there's a lot of negativity, which is, I mean, it's a
Oh,
given.
surprising.
It's a
Negativity in the
given,
toy
but like
community,
it's
that's
just
a
like,
shock.
it's just like they were like, I didn't want that many web lines, but I wanted more web lines, but not that many. It was like things like that. I'm like, okay, man.
What?
Yeah, it's like
so
I wanted web lines, not this much though.
That's,
Yeah.
that's how it goes, man. Different people have different flavors and
So
like
things like
different
that.
stuff. You can't make everybody happy. It just
Yeah.
Those
Nobody.
web
But
lines are
it's-
really
it's-
clean. though,
Yeah,
I'll
it's
say.
very smooth too. It's a lot smoother. It feels a little bit better quality. I didn't get to mess around with the actual the webs that it comes with. He had them, but
You
at
didn't
that
miss
point-
much.
Okay.
I did, and I was like, this was I should have just kept posing.
You know, I just
Yeah,
want to comment on the whole like toxic fan community really quickly. I will say this, you know, they're passionate, and that's the through line that even the toy companies, or at least their reps that we've all fostered relationships with. We see the faces, you know, we see Dwight, we see Dan, and shout out to Dan and Ryan. You know, they at least provide us a platform to say what we want to say. They do see the forest through the trees. They do the best they can. And, you know, they had an actual event where they allow people to come tinker with the stuff, tell us what they what we say, you know, left, right, and sideways. And I don't, and they, you know, it's his dance, you know, and they get it. And I'm glad they get it. And I do want to say, like, they have a lot of grace when it comes to taking in these comments. And it is a lot to, you know, they're spinning a lot of plates. And that was one thing I learned this weekend between Hasbro, Loyal Subjects. Like, I do breathe a sigh of relief in some respects that they get it and they know, and no one's out to put out a bad product. And this is the, you know, warts of production. And many times, 99% of it, it's something a vendor does and it's out of their hands. And there's a time, you know, there's a time frame for everything, and you can't just pivot. And it really sucks. Sometimes it's passable. Sometimes it's you really everyone can see it, and it's awful, and you hope you can recover. But I will say on the Spider-Man, that price point for me is a covenant that I make with that company that everything I ever want better be in there. People who complained about spending $50 on one toy clearly has not bought 3 revisions or 4 or 5 from Hasbro at $20 a pop. So I'm saying if you're going to give me $50 to put everything in there, my thing is please get it right in one shot. There's a next one coming, and they said we're going to be very excited when we see it. I think they're positive between hero and villain, and I think they're going with hero.
Yeah, it said hero.
Yeah.
Dan was also really like he was asking me what I thought about it, and I told him like I think it moves really, it's very smooth, the joints, and he was even nice enough to let me swap the head with the animated Peter Parker head instead of using the one that they gave us on the table. And I'm gonna say I'm gonna use the animated Peter Parker head instead of that one that comes in the box.
Okay. Let's see. Mario, where would you like to go?
I think the only thing that really jumped out at me, besides the turtles, Jshot, the X-Force Archangel. I think we might have called that. I think he looks good. I mean, I can live without the butterflies. I think the wings are dope. When was the last time we got Archangel?
I did ask if those wings can be put on the other Archangel.
What's the answer?
He doesn't know. He wasn't 100% sure. I know he said he was going to go back and ask Dwight. I really hope Dan's watching.
I hope they can.
But yeah, I was taking pictures from the back and looking at the back, and I was trying to memorize the construction. But I should have video, and I just have to dig out my other Archangel and double check.
The first Archangel had 2 kind of big peg holes side by side
in the back.
And I know that because I bought a custom like powered down wings, where it's just like the arch. And I want to use that with this new Archangel. That's why I'm so like.
So that's the thing. I dare say it looked similar to me.
Okay. Yeah, I can't imagine it be. Maybe it is different.
I would hope they had that forethought. Like, I'm not a big fan of the X-Force version, but I'd get it for the wings and the feather accessories.
The all the previous Archangels were on Bucky Cat Body, so all the ones that they released before have been on Bucky Cat Body. From what I was seeing here, it doesn't look too different from Bucky Cat Body, so I'm assuming maybe at least the torso piece is similar. I don't know. But yeah, I do like the wings. The wings look awesome on it.
Yeah, I like how they seem a little more dynamic than the first set of wings that we got. Looks really good.
Hey, shout out to Richie Noserain for recording the articulation demo of the Spider-Man for me. Because I was up there by myself and I couldn't do it without someone holding. He was right next to me. He's like, "Yeah, man, I'll hold it." So
I'm
Richie,
sorry.
awesome, dude.
Just come out and say it.
No. Hey, you know
The
what?
fandom is toxic.
I will say
no. Let me say something real quick. I had a blast with these guys, Junior and Dario. Like, you guys are amazing, and I had so much fun with you guys. I thought that like we had a packed schedule, and I thought it was gonna be chaos, and it was definitely like let's go on, but like I feel like we really meshed and we really clicked and we did a great job as a group. So thank you, Junior, and thank you, Dario.
Definitely. Double shout out to Dario, man. That guy's got a steady hand. I'm one of those. When I take video, and I don't know if Cheney's gonna post it like directly as is, but I took video of every conceivable angle because I want to remember that toy until it actually is in my hand. And I got every which way. I don't think it's the most like photograph friendly, but what it's designed for my phone to do is that I can screen grab when I need to screen grab. But Dario's a freaking savant with his phone. It was fantastic. I was just watching him work, and I was like, he's in another realm.
It was so great because like you guys were doing your thing, talking like especially with like the Bandai video, like you guys were doing your thing, chatting it up, and like he just got up in there and was just like as you guys were talking about a thing, he was like he had the camera up on there. It was great. You guys were an amazing team. I like looking through all the video and stuff. I'm so jealous. I'm like, oh, I wish I could have
It
gone.
would have been
Like,
great.
it looked so much
great.
fun. Like, it looked like you guys had a blast, man. So,
You know, you should come. And actually, it would be really fun because, like, to Lago's point, we should really be hitting more booths of seeing stuff that's like not exactly like our, bread and butter. Like, Hasbro, Mattel, super cool. Definitely shout out to loyal subjects. But I really wanted to go see like the preschool stuff, and like there's a lot of like dinosaur technology, inflatables. There's like kids zip lines.
Did
And
you guys
I
get
know
into
some of
Mattel?
I got into Mattel.
Okay.
Yeah, Junior went to Mattel.
I'm in the process of getting the videos to Cheynee. There was I don't know if there was anything specific that was a focus of yours, but new Jurassic Park, new or Jurassic
Thundercats.
World, Thundercats,
Dude, those
He-Man
Thundercats.
crossover.
yeah.
I love them.
Thundercats look great.
They got me.
They got the new He-Man and Skeletor that looks like the vintage 1983 versions.
Oh, wow.
That's gonna be Mattel Creations exclusive. They mentioned Turtles He-Man, but they didn't really have anything except I think it was the King Hiss one. What else did they have? They had the Minecraft movie stuff. They're 3 3/4 inch figures. Just think about how they did the new Hammond collection, Jurassic Park. Like the likenesses on Jack Black is insane at a 3 3/4 inch scale.
Wow.
Like their stuff is so good. For me, like, it portends good things for DC.
So for all you guys that went, are your heads still kind of like spinning, like kind of like trying to like process all the different stuff that you guys saw?
Yeah, trying to figure out what body parts I can sell to pay for all my turtles. Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a less expensive year.
Nah.
Yeah.
Every year gets more and more expensive, dude. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's so bad. Like they did
it's
everything
awful.
right this year. Yeah. And even like, man, I was like, just a G.I. Joe wall alone. Like, we're just looking at the real estate involved with a lot of this stuff. Like the was it the snake armor? Like a lot of that stuff in person is insane. Definitely shout out to Lenny. Like, I don't know what they used for like their new inkjet technology or whatever they use for their facial screening, but it's really like pinpoint, like lined up with the faces. Like everything looked amazing. Can't say the same for the card art. I don't know if you've been seeing the rounds with the
Nah,
retro
dude, the
card
card art's
cards.
garbage.
But I mean, if it's incentive to open them, maybe that's part of their strategy. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll make garbage art, so you have to open it.
That's
weird.
gotta, like, listen, and that got approved. But I love their cold slither set. That was pretty impressive.
I love all the pictures that you got of that box because I noticed nobody else had done that.
Yeah,
that's because I was the only one standing in front of it for 95% of the event. That's the sad, unfortunate truth.
Lago, that's where he was when you needed him.
Poster.
Yeah.
Well, they also said that there was like 3 other maximum spiders in the back room that you could try out, but then they were just on display.
No, lies. Yeah, maybe they was just misinformed. They had the one to tinker with, but I mean, I'm very happy they brought them. That was actually pretty cool. Yeah. And people did get a chance to tinker. Oh, double shout out to Ryan Ting. Gave us everyone who attended a little memento, which is really sweet. If you guys hadn't seen it, the comic book assortment that includes the likes of Dakin and Banshee and Adam Warlock, they all come in mini comic books, and they gave a nice little one for Spider-Man, which I guess is probably going to be at best a companion piece for that Maximum Spider-Man.
Nice.
And it was a very, very sweet like memento of the event.
That's
nice.
Cool. Yeah.
All right. Well, first off, I want to thank you guys for hanging around for an extra hour. I think we're about out of time for tonight, but definitely stay tuned for Thursday night because we're going to kind of go even more in depth with some things and talk even more about it. So, and I wanted to thank Junior and Lago and Dario for going and giving us all that great footage, man. It was great. It was good stuff. I'm glad you guys had fun. As I said, I wish I was there. I watched the videos. I'm like, oh man, that looks like it was such a good time. I'm gonna have to go out there next year. I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah,
sure.
I appreciate Dario and Dave's strategy of doing appointments focusing on Sunday, Saturday, and Monday, because you do need that day to recover. We are people of a certain age now.
We don't got that energy. What's up?
No.
Yeah.
I was there Sunday at Mattel at 10 a.m. I was like, what am I doing?
It's a young man's game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It really is. We were, I swear to God, we got at one point, it was Monday afternoon, and we were looking at some action figures, and David Bonner walks up, and we're all talking about like sugar intake.
Oh my God! Yeah, we were downstairs at 9 to 5 Warriors. Yeah,
Our various hospitalizations and like dietetic changes we need for better quality of life.
Yeah. And Bonner shows up looking like a 30-year-old.
Like
yeah,
a god.
I know, like a damn
god. He's like,
CrossFitter.
you look like me. And it's like, shut up,
you're
Bonner. Yeah.
you're 53. Yeah.
She's
Sure,
like, look
you
how
are,
many
buddy.
one-arm push-ups I can do, and as I'm like eating a donut, it's like that's impressive.
I know. He's like, you got it,
you
man.
get
You
donuts?
got to get up. You got to do 300 push-ups. Okay, says you.
All right, gentlemen. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up here. Junior, how do we keep up with you, sir?
Keep up with me here. Also, my videos will be heading over to Cheynee for loading on our Chatmigos, Toymigos, Instagram, and YouTube. Happy to be here.
Awesome. Machu, or Jshot, how do we keep up with you?
Anyone keep up with me? I am not fast, especially after this weekend.
After all those donuts.
Yeah, after all those donuts. After watching Bonner do all those one-arm push-ups, I'm exhausted. Yeah, you can keep up with me here. You can keep up with me on Wednesdays with that guy right there. Wake up. Hi. Will be every Wednesday, between two Sentinels at 8 p.m. And then sometimes I show up on They're Not Dolls. Also, shameless plug time. I also, amongst everybody else, we have Machu and I got a chance to do a Toy Fair walk through the NECA booth. So that is up on my YouTube channel now in glorious 4K. With some other videos coming soon. So yeah,
nice.
Not just NECA, you also did Super 7, McFarlane, and
Super 7 McFarlane. I think that's it. Yeah, there's a couple more coming in the next couple of days. So yeah.
Awesome. Machu.
You can follow me on Matchutoy on Instagram and on YouTube. And like Jshot said, also Wednesdays, 8 p.m. This week, I think we're also just going to do like a Toy Fair recap. So if you guys wanna join.
Yeah.
And then Thursday, I'll be on Toying Around's channel for Unboxing Thursdays.
Nice.
Probably going to unbox some stuff that I got from Toy Fair because like Jazzwares did give me a bunch of stuff for attempting. I think it was like the vault reveal. Yeah, so.
Oh, awesome. Mario.
That's for you, Dario. You can follow me on 796 Studios on Instagram, TikTok, Vero, and not Twitch. Catch me on the first Tuesday of every week on Chatmigos. Assemble! Catch me on the first Thursday. Second Thursday, catch me this Thursday on Toying Around's channel, Unboxing Thursday, Enablers Edition. Peace.
Chamba.
You can find me at the Chamba on Instagram and Twitter, on the Toymigos Discord, Chatmigos Assemble, They're Not Dolls Thursday.
All right. And Lago.
You can find me on Instagram, Lago Figs, YouTube, Lago Figs, here on Tuesdays. Check out the Toymigos YouTube channel for all the Toy Fair coverage and the Instagram as well. And I do have a video of with me, Poncho from ACBA, Chamba.
Oh yeah.
And Rick Dom for ACBA, Top and Dragon Ball Daima. We just premiered it. We did it live on last Friday, and
that was fun, dude.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was cool. We went a little bit over what we thought we were gonna do, but
that's fine.
It was definitely a lot of time.
That worked
good
out.
time. We talked everything. We talked everything Dragon Ball, so it was really fun.
Yes, make sure to go sub to Lago Figs channel.
Yes.
And Jshot and Machu's channel. So go do that if you have not already. You can find me Cheynee180 on Instagram. Toymigos Instagram, Toymigos Facebook, Toymigos Facebook group, Toymigos Discord, Jaded Toys Street Fighter Facebook group. Every Tuesday here, Chatmigos Assemble, and every Thursday with They're Not Dolls. And stay tuned. We got some more Toy Fair videos coming. So with all that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in for an extra long Chatmigos Assemble. And go back. What is it? I forgot the name. The
Zombies from Mars? Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I wasn't sure what you were referring to. I was like, go back to what?
Go back in time?
No. Go back.
Space Zombies.
I'm home.
Space Zombies. Yes, from Mars.
Yes.
From
Mars.
Yeah.
Go back that. So, yeah. With all that being said, thank you guys so much. As always, I am Cheynee180.
I'm Lago Figs.
I'm 796.
Machu.
I don't know if I got in there. Jshot.
Mr. Junior.
And Chatmigos.
Oh,